Welcome to Raleigh, North Carolina, Carter Finley Stadium and home to the NC State Wolfpack. As we'll see, the runner-up from last year's national championship, the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers, taking on the winners of 4 straight, the NC State Wolfpack. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. Kickoff team on the field and just about ready to start. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. So the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers offense will take the first swing of the game. They got an incredibly efficient performance from this guy last time out. Now, Jesse, it's about making that a consistent thing.
Yeah, I think the most impressive thing watching that tape back from his last game is the ball never touched the ground, David. It was amazing. It wasn't that he was so accurate throwing the ball deep down the field. It's just that the ball was always going to the open guy. He did a really good job checking it down, taking the profit when it wasn't open downfield. That kept the offense on schedule. That's really important for this offense today.
And when you're watching it as a defensive player and coming this football game, man, you know this is going to be a challenge. I better get pressure on this guy. If I let him feel comfortable, you'll see another day like last week. I mean, that dude was accurate. Almost every ball was caught. They were in rhythm. They're going to have to find some creative ways to get him off his spots and make him feel uncomfortable.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. He'll pull it down and run. This defense fully aware that he can run. They stop him after a short gain. Feels as if the whole city of Raleigh is trying to help out the pack on 3rd down. They'll try to get it through the air. Lets it fly. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. They'll run for it. Plows through the defense. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down. The Hilltoppers want to pick up the tempo. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Offense about to reel off its 7th play of the drive. Back to pass. Got his man. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Let's talk for just a second about Western Kentucky. We're at the halfway point of the season. They're sitting atop the rankings. How hard is it to maintain that focus as the season goes along?
It's really tough, and that's one thing that...
Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. They'll play it safe and send out the field goal unit. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. Oh, and the attempt is no good. Kicker couldn't quite get it through, and the scoreboard remains the same. So the NC State Wolfpack comes out, and they'll have the ball for the first time. The missed 51-yard field goal now gives this offense good starting field position at its own 34. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
I don't know if that's the coverage you want to be throwing wide receiver screens against. Oftentimes, you want the receivers to have some access. You want the DBs to be off a couple yards so you can help set up the blocks and give the receivers somewhere to go with it. It's hard to run that against press coverage, and they only picked up a few yards there.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting them the football, letting them get some positive yards.
Makes the catch. It's Slater. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. The Wolfpack will line up to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. The Hilltopper offense comes onto the field again. They built up some time of possession with that last drive, but couldn't turn it into points with the missed field goal. We'll see if they can put something on the board this time. They'll start this drive going to the air. Makes the grab at the 25, and there's room. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Hilltoppers.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Gets it out quickly. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one. They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. Looking to throw on first down. Quick strike complete. And he's able to shed 1 tackle and gets a pretty good pickup.
And frankly, if that's a completion, it's not going to make the end-of-season highlight reel. But in this game, it could lead to a highlight reel type play. The offensive coordinator may be setting something big up for later in the game.
And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
And the offense will stay on the field. Do you think they're just going to try to make the defense jump? He's not going to get there. Stopped short on fourth down. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A-game for this one. They've circled this one all off-season, so they better be ready to bring it today, dude.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
Wide receiver going in motion. Touch pass on the run. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Wolfpack faithful screaming at the top of their lungs. Oh, he's got some space. Offenses gain momentum with third down conversions like that. They've got it at the 25.
Well, as a defense, you know this is going to be a challenge every time you face this offense. They're one of the 25 best in the nation at getting first downs because they can pick them up in a variety of ways, including running the football. You have got to be physical when facing up against this offense.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Grabbed in the middle. It's Jean-Pierre. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. He's inside the 10. He's all the way down to the 3, and electric run has them set up. And the Hilltoppers are moving quickly down the field. On the ground. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, WKU.
This running back was not going to be denied. Nice blocking up front to create a hole for this running back, and he was able to take advantage.
Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Interesting to see the ripple effects after this one in the SEC today, fellas. Ole Miss dazzled in just about every phase of the game. And for a program that's turned out elite receivers from DK Metcalf to A.J. Brown, I think we may have seen the next great one emerge today.
Looking to throw on first down.
Each week in the SEC, the tests are just so tough, and we found that out today again, guys, with another good team taking one on the chin.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Looking to fire. Gets it out fast. That had all the makings of fog meat windshield, but how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? On third and long, he has to throw for it. Finds his target down the middle. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Last completion moved the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. Got his man on the right. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
A defense, man, it helps you a lot when you can be a linebacker or a corner or some safety, anybody, and you see the QB throw the football. Now I can break on the football right away and limit gains like right here on this play.
Caught over the middle. It's Slater. They've got the defense reeling right now with that big play to the 29.
Well, this offense knew coming into this game they wanted to try to attack the middle of the field in the passing game, and they're able to execute the end route there.
He makes the grab. Spins away from the defense. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. The Wolfpack hoping to pay off this red zone trip. Defense in press coverage. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23. The Wolfpack put themselves in a hole here on second down. Wants to go up top, looking to the big tight end. He's got an open man. Touchdown, Wolfpack! A great catch and run for 6. How about the renaissance of the tight ends? Inline, flexed out, split out. They can do a little bit of everything.
They really can. They're asked to block a lot of the times, too. But I'll tell you what, all the wide receivers out wide, the fancy toys, the fancy spread. Don't forget about that tight end. He does a little bit of everything, and then you reward the big fella throwing the ball, and he catches. So he really can do a little bit of everything in an offense.
Here comes the Western Kentucky offense back onto the field. The early scripts have worked trying to add to this 14-7 lead. To the air on first down. Using the quick game.
And listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. We're off to a fast start here. Offenses are humming as we're in the fight. Turning it on! You want to talk about shifting the field in an instant. He's got it all the way down to the 10-yard line.
And right there you see the key to this football team's success. Not just offensively, they rip off explosive plays. That's why they've been winning games here as of late. They can get chunks at a time. They've got playmakers all over the field.
Dances away. And he'll finish the run and the
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. North Carolina State has it back on the offense, headed to the field. Quickly trailing by 2 touchdowns, down 21-7, and really important to get something out of this drive. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Able to run it out to the 28 on the last one. It's 2nd and 7. Power football with the run. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. QB got it himself. And he scoots his way to the 1st down and then slides to avoid the hit. We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. Now the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the 2nd. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Wants to throw on 1st down. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. NC State with a lot of ground to cover after losing yardage on the last play. They'll run play action. Unloads to the wideout. He put it out there for him, and the senior gave him a chance, but they couldn't make the connection.
Well, he's linked up with his quarterback 4 times in this first half. Finally, they're not able to connect on that one. I think the defense just had enough. I think they've said, you know what? You can throw it somewhere else, but you're not going to get it.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. The Wolfpack will have to bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Catch is made at the 15. Cover guys do their job, and they get him stopped at the 22-yard line. Hilltopper offense comes onto the field again. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
From the gun, they'll try the middle.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle him, wear him out. Sometimes these 3 to...
He wants to go deep. Hits him inside the 20, still going. Touchdown, Topper. Once he got some room, it was over. They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
NC State sending the offense back onto the field. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of your defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quickly.
They'll spot the ball at the 34 as he goes out of bounds right there. NC State comes to the line to deal with 3rd and short.
Let's go.
They'll run the sneak for it. Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on 3rd down. The punt team makes its way onto the field. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. Here comes the Western Kentucky offense back onto the field. Looking downfield on first down. He's going to take off. He'll be forced out of bounds right at the 30-yard line as they try to grind out some room. The Hilltoppers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. Maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent of things they did right and things.
Hauls it in, the first down and more. And the big gain, and they've got it on the 46.
That tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. Fourth down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it, but...
Going to throw it over the top of the D. Brings it inside the 10. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it first and goal. And the Hilltoppers have this offense rolling. Makes the grab. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain. They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's second and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Hilltoppers.
This is a guy that put a lot of pressure on himself coming into the season. He felt like he was ready to have a breakout year. He knew he had all the tools in the toolbox to be able to get it done, and he's showing it. That's his 10th rushing touchdown on the season.
Western Kentucky, 35. NC State, 7.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. They went 3 and out last time. Now they'll look for some plays that work. One man in the backfield, and he gets it. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they've built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
Fires to the big fella. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. He's got it. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
Well, the defense just has not had an answer for this guy working out of the slot so far. Man coverage has been tricky. He's beaten them in zone. You might want to think about bracketing him where you've got a defender on the outside and the inside to see if you can force the quarterback to go somewhere else with the ball.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. What will they dial up on second, and a long way to go? Heaves it on the run. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
Well, even though that was an incompletion, I wouldn't be surprised if this secondary wants to start playing deeper coverages, because this offense has shown that they're willing to be aggressive. They've got a lot of speed.
He lost one down the sideline. And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down. Looks as if NC State will have to punt it away. He's getting a lot of work. Fourth time he's punted tonight. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. The Hilltopper offense comes onto the field again. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
It's complete on the right side.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's third best.
Breaks into the open. Love to see these third down conversions on offense, and they're out to their own 39-yard line. The Hilltoppers will snap it on 1st and 10.
29 Philly. 2-9 Philly.
Wants to go up top on 1st down. He's going to let it go. Snags it inside the 20. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, WKU.
Each and every week, I think this coaching staff does such a good job of scheming ways to get this guy the football in the passing game, and defenses can't cover him. With that last catch, this now his 10th receiving touchdown on the season.
42, NC State 7.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Trying to get rid of it. Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
And they're not quite in rhythm there. It's incomplete.
And with that incompletion, man, this crowd, I don't know that they are really happy about what's going on. I mean, they already built a deficit, and they don't have a lot to cheer about. They got to get some kind of rhythm and something going on this offense to ignite this fan base.
Oh, he can't hang on. That one was nearly picked off. Instead, he'll force a 4th down. Another punt on the way. Got to make sure those hammies and glutes all activated. Don't want any muscle pulls from overuse. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Here comes the Western Kentucky offense back onto the field. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. They'll try the run. You'll take 4 yards on 1st down every time, 2nd and 6. And the Hilltoppers are in the hurry-up. Right back to it. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
And he can't connect on the throw. It's incomplete.
And you see those balls in practice sometimes. They're just off the mark. You don't know how to control it. You don't know what goes wrong, but sometimes QBs miss, and it's an incompletion.
And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. The Hilltoppers are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. And the defense is swarming to keep him from getting to the 1st down.
Well, after the tackle now, that sets up 4th and 2. And these offenses, they practice for these types of situations. It's not like they just have quarterbacks sneak in their back pocket for 4th and inches. They've got plays designed to go and get this, David, so it'll be interesting to see if this offense wants to roll the dice.
Yeah, and most of the time, I'm rolling the dice. I'm going to be aggressive. And as a defense, you also know that, too. And you're ready.
Fires toward the end zone. And it's incomplete, and the defense stands tall and gets off the field. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance to grab a little momentum and regroup at halftime.
Yeah, a big chance. Like this is an opportunity. This is the biggest opportunity in front of them in the game right now. You got to get some points on the board. You got to create something positive, Jesse. There hasn't been a whole lot to be positive about in the first half.
If I'm playing quarterback, I'm locating my go-to guy at receiver. Who can I count on one-on-one to go and make me a play? Maybe even one-on-two. Who can go up, catch the ball, get us some yards, and get us some points.
They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. The run from the shotgun. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
NC State comes to the line to deal with 3rd and short. Nice catch along the sidelines, but they get nothing out of it.
I know that was third down, and I know the quarterback's trying to be careful. You don't want to be too greedy, but he had guys open downfield. I think if he had been a little bit more patient and been a little bit more willing to let the play develop, I think he could have converted that with a throw vertically down the field. Instead, he got lazy, checked it down to his running back, and now they're setting up fourth down.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. They'll start this drive going to the air. He's going to run it. Out across the 30, steps out of bounds at the 31-yard line as they try to put something together. And the Hilltoppers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Back to throw, time running short in the half. They get to him as he throws. Intercepted. Takes it the other way. Gets it down to the 13-yard line as they try to score before the half. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Off-play action on first down. Flushed out of the pocket. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Unloads quickly. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. Wants to throw on 3rd down. And couldn't quite find the crevice he needed to pick up the 1st down. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. And here comes the field goal unit for the 2nd time tonight. And he's made one already, and this one ought to be cake from 21 yards out. Good right down the boulevard. The Wolfpack had to settle for the field goal. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Tough to beat Maction, gentlemen. You know that. And let's take a look at the highlights. Akron is running away with this one, thanks to an offense that hasn't been stopped since that group stepped off the bus. They're up 14 over Northern Illinois. The Maction never sleeps, and we'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. He's brought down, but did you see the hit this freshman took as he delivered the football? They'll leave it with him. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a 1st down. The offense burns its 3rd and final timeout of the half. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up. Looking for the end zone. And they couldn't connect on the deep shot. Let's see if things get worse. There's a flag on the field. Which way is this going to go? So a little too much contact trying to defend the fade in the end zone, and the PI will move it closer. One more snap coming before halftime. Going back to the well, another deep ball. Incomplete. They took a shot to wrap up the half and came up empty. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, one of the best environments in the game, and Raleigh has given us a fun first half.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Pulls it, fire complete. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the 1st down. NC State might think about going for a big one on 2nd and short. The play action fake. Here's a heat. Takes a hit as he fires. Oh, he makes the play. It's intercepted. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And the defender makes a great read, breaks on the football, and makes the big interception in the back end. And here's the thing, that's number 4 this season, so he's finding the football consistently.
Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete.
Well, this defense knew coming in they were going to see some RPO and they were going to see some quick game. A nice job there taking the throw away from the quarterback.
From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. The marker is at the 35, and they need to get it there to convert third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Turns it loose. Got his man on the right. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21. The Hilltoppers will line it up on 1st and 10. The give from the gun. Headed to the end zone. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Western Kentucky.
Anytime you've got a successful run play on the ground, you've got to have great blocking up front. The offensive line, receivers, everybody doing their job. And that helped lead to the home run.
That makes the score. Western Kentucky, 49. NC State, 13.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. Last drive ended with a pick. Vitally important to take care of the football this time. To the ground with the back. Defense is there to greet him again, and they are ready, and he has found nowhere to run tonight. Second down, they'll go to the air. Oh, he wants it all. He's got it on the outside. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down. This offense absolutely humming as they come to the line again. He leaves it with the back. He's stopped dead in his tracks again. No running room to be found. They keep trying and have had very little success. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. He's got the tight end. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down. North Carolina State defining efficiency on this drive. Looking to throw on first down. Firing to the right, complete. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Yeah, you throw a little hitch route. Nice job getting the ball out of his hands quickly. Wide receiver, quarterback. Nice job being on the same page. Nice completion, nice catch.
Tough sledding there as he picks up 1 to the 29.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Obviously, great job picking up the first down there through the air, but you're trailing by a lot of points now, and you're in that area of the field where you should take a shot. If I was the offensive coordinator, I'd be thinking about throwing this next one into the end zone and trying to cut into the lead.
Gets it inside the 10, out of bounds at the 9 after the big pickup on that one. NC State needs to take advantage of this red zone trip. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. And he was looking over the middle and couldn't make the connection. Going to work in the red zone, they can pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. They'll send the back in motion. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Touchdown, Wolfpack! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board. A methodical drive that they finish off by tossing it to the tight end.
And the tight end, I'll tell you what, this is a position that's evolved so much, right? And you see him move all over the field. It's kind of like, where is Waldo? You got to find this big fella, especially down in the red zone area. This is the guy they're going to target. They make the big play, get the touchdown.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Hilltopper offense comes onto the field again. They'll go back to work with a sizable margin still up there on the scoreboard. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. And the Hilltoppers come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Gets it out to the 38-yard line after picking up 10 on that one. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Going to swing it on 2nd down. Zings it complete to the right. He's into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 47.
I just continue to be impressed watching this guy play. Good decision-making, very accurate. He's obviously got a lot of talent surrounding.
Looking for a deep man. Got it inside the tag. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Topper.
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
Western Kentucky, 56. NC State, 20.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. They've fallen into a hole here, and they need to start fighting back right now on this drive. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Back to pass. And it's an incomplete pass over the middle. Ball sitting right at the 30. It'll be 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Slings it downfield. Complete downfield. He'll have enough for the 1st down, and they stop him at the 45. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He'll pull it on the read. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. And we talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going. And I'm surprised, but now what's your counterpunch? How are you going to get the ground game going? Because so far, not a lot of success.
This offense looking at a 3rd down after that last completion. Defense looks as if it's coming. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. How about a little rhythm that you can tap your toe to on that throw and catch for the 1st down? North Carolina State defining efficiency on this drive. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the wideout. Makes a connection. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the 1st down. The Wolfpack now operating in the red zone. Give to the running back. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a 1st down.
Well, it just seems like everything is working for the offense on this drive. Another nice gain, this time on the ground.
With the run on 1st and goal. We've seen a ton of this tonight. They just keep giving him the ball, and he keeps running into brick walls. Not much running room again. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Looking to fire. And the Heat gets there. And they get him down at the 14-yard line.
And the offense right now is moving in the wrong direction. They weren't able to get a touchdown on that 1st down play. Now giving up a negative play on 2nd down. You better be very careful about this 3rd down play call.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Just tried to ease it out there, and it falls incomplete. And this kicker has had a busy night. The field goal unit is out there for the 3rd time. Splits the uprights. Good. I wouldn't say they cut into the deficit. They sort of microscopically edged off the deficit. Still a mountain to climb. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Here comes the Western Kentucky offense back onto the field. They're starting this drive with a massive lead, and they just want to finish strong. It's complete to the right. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes, too. He is a versatile back.
Gonna let it fly. Grabs it at the 25 in stride. Touchdown, Hilltoppers. He found some open space and turned on the Jets. He has been surgical. Precision passes, using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer for it. Just, he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. They'll put this one in play, first snap of the drive from the 25. Had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here, Dave.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Got his man on the right. He'll go out of bounds at the 28-yard line, and deep in your own end, you need plays like that. NC State to bring the punt team onto the field. They'll be forced to kick for the 6th time tonight. He'll field the punt and take it back. The coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. The Hilltopper offense comes onto the field again. They've been dominant, and now they'll try to execute to their own standard. Running back searching for a hole. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49. The Hilltoppers want to crank the tempo. He's got it again. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
They go to the ground. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
And the Hilltoppers line up trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Grab near the marker. It's Jean-Pierre. There he goes. He was smelling that end zone, but they get him down at the 4 after the big pass play. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter.
Black 24. Here we go.
Makes the grab. And as they get him to the ground, clock running, looks as if time will expire here in the 3rd. That's the end of the quarter. Western Kentucky is on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the 4th. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. Motion from the wideout. On the option. And now in the pitch, the ball's loose. Recovers the fumble, and he's on the move.
Well, ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep 2 hands on the ball as well. They're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
It's 3rd and goal and a long way from the end zone. For the second time tonight, they'll trot out the field goal kicker. And this one sails through just inside that left upright. And they just tack on a little more to this gargantuan lead.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, fourth quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest this way, and we looking pretty good.
Going to the running game. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Wants to go up top. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss.
And it's going to be difficult for this offense, man. Just where are they going to find the plays? You can tell the defense sitting back. They're playing nickel. They're playing dime. So you need some receivers to step up, make some yards after the catch, some contested plays. This offense has got to do something, and they got to do it quick.
So important to convert these third downs, and they get it done. They'll have it at the 42. NC State at the line with a 1st and 10. From the gun, the ground game. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a ball.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. NC State has work to do to convert this third down. From the gun, wants to pass. It's complete on the right side. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. The Wolfpack will line up to punt it away. Just needs a crack to get a return. And the punt team able to swing him to the ground. Here comes the Western Kentucky offense back onto the field. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
Yeah, and oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. It'd be interesting to see what happens here in the second drive.
Yeah, you got a feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now,
oh, he's got some space. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Might as well give it to him again. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. The Hilltoppers come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. Got his man. They'll move the chains. Good execution on third down. They've got it at the 41.
Well, a great job by the quarterback understanding where the pressure was coming from and understanding where his outlet was. And, David, you know, it's demoralizing, I expect, from a defensive standpoint when you think you've dialed up the blitz and you think you're getting home.
yeah, and you're doing what you can to try to pressure the QB, and you're bringing extra guys, but sometimes that comes at a sacrifice. And you can see he got the matchup he wanted, took advantage of it, didn't get flustered. That was the biggest thing. Like most QBs, sometimes when that blitz comes, they'll get flustered really quickly and make a bad decision. He stayed calm, made the right read, made the right decision.
He's going to lose a yard on that one. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the tight end. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Fakes the grab. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot, the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn upfield, and we saw that right there. Second
down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Trying to set up the screen. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Shotgun snap. Wants to throw it on third. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
Really nice awareness that time by the quarterback. He knew exactly where he needed to get to pick up the first down.
And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, WKU. The lead gets bigger here in the fourth quarter, and their run continues, about to go 8-0. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, we've got a final score for a notable game today in the American. Cincinnati overcame a tough opponent, and not only that, a raucous crowd. The Bearcats tuned out all the noise and showed this team can win on its field, your field, or a neutral field. Well done. Never a dull moment when it comes to the American. Back to you guys.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Fire into the right, complete. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. The Wolfpack line up, trying to forge ahead for a few inches. He'll sneak it. He just needed a yard on third down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up. They bring the punter onto the field now. Makes the catch at the 30. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. The Hilltopper offense comes onto the field again. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah, how nice, too, to have the defense.
Turning it on! They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down.
And that's exactly how you draw it up. And that's why the option's so hard to stop. QB, man, draw the defense in. Look at me. I'm the first option. Bam. Next thing you know, he pitches it, gets a positive gain down the field.
Stopped and forced out of bounds at the 21-yard line, just outside the red zone, and they are looking to get one in here. The offense down to the 22 on 1st and 10. To the air on first down. Unloads to the right. Holds it in. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense.
There were very big expectations surrounding this guy coming into the season. He's delivered week in, week out. With that last catch, he's now got over 1,000 yards receiving on the year.
Ready. Quarterback sneak, trying to get a push. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
And the offense takes control of this football game late. I tell you what, this offense doesn't wow you in every position. They've got some good players. They find a way to put drives together. They find a way to score. But this team is undefeated. This team is a force to be reckoned with, continuing to stay undefeated.
NC State sending the offense back onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28. Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Looking to fire. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. NC State comes to the line to deal with 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Got a man, it's Briggs. And he's got enough for the first down, and it'll be at the 35. The 2-minute timeout arrives, and we have certainly seen miracles in college football, and they will certainly need one here. The Wolfpack with a 1st and 10 here. Wants to throw on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Briggs. They got him free for a big gainer down to the 43. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air. Chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover. Offense in an empty set.
Well, you got to know as a quarterback, when you're in an empty set, which means you have no running backs in the backfield with you, you got to be able to get rid of the football. You're expecting pressure. The clock's going to go off in your head. Not a good job of keeping two hands on the football, and the defense able to knock it loose.
Now on first down from the 28. With the catch, it's Jean-Pierre. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here. And the Hilltoppers come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Breaks into the open. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave him a little bit of everything on that one. The offense threatening. Close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. Trying to bully their way in. And this offense hoped to just run it in, and the defense was having none of it. No gain. Ball remains at the 2. Quickly complete. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
And how about this squad, man? Looking good again. Like, I feel like we say this week in and week out. Just continuing to remain undefeated. Whatever it takes, offense, defense, special teams, they have been a good unit, and that's why their ranking is so high.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. Not a lot to feel great about in this one, Jesse, but I'm sure they'll try to seek out some positives.
Well, this might be an opportunity, too, Reese, to go back when they watch this game and just find the plays and the schemes that were working. There weren't a lot, obviously.
Open field on the right. He goes out of bounds. Really good pickup, an explosive run there, but that's going to be like a fabulous parting gift. Not enough to make a big difference. Off the play fake on first down. Finds his big tight end.
And this game is obviously out of hand. But I think the fans would argue, too, at this point, like, all right, well, let's not throw checkdowns, right? Let's throw some deep balls and continue to open up this offense.
Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Got it in the middle, it's Briggs. There he goes. Slicing and dicing through this defense, and they've got it down to the 23. This offense lines up feeling awfully good after that big play. Looking downfield on first down. A shot toward the end zone. And it's caught for a touchdown. They're going to play this one through to the end, but this is pretty much window dressing.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20.
First and 10.
A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Wants to go up top on first down. Zings it complete to the right. They get the timeout call with 7 seconds left on the clock. So now it's second and long. Wants to go up top. Time to take a shot. Catch inside the 25. They're able to make the stop, but this offense running plays and racking up yards all the way to the end as they get the W. When we get to the offseason and they start having coaching clinics, they're going to roll this game tape back to show both offenses.
Dial it up and let it run. I mean, that's essentially what we saw in this game. It didn't matter what either offensive coordinator was calling. Everything seemed to work. Through throwing the football in the intermediate passing game, the RPOs, the run game, David, this was just clinical offensive football.
And offenses have evolved so much. They can do so many different things, and they know how to use their playmakers, get speed and space, make those big plays. So that's why offenses are ahead of defenses. In this game, it was no different.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.